Can you pressure wash in the winter? Now, there are two answers to that question, yes and no. And we're going to talk about both answers, some of the things that you need to look out for when the weather starts to get a little colder and when you start seeing that season come to an end, as well as a couple other things that you can do to supplement your income during the off season. My name is Mike. This is all about pressure washing. So let's get right into it. So the question, can you pressure wash in the winter? And the quick answer is yes. And the longer answer is it really depends on the conditions where you live. But regardless of your location, regardless of your climate, washing in the winter does come with some things that you need to be aware of. First and foremost is the most obvious. There are some limitations because pressure washing and soft washing both rely on water to clean, and we all know that water freezes. So this can make things a little bit more difficult, and honestly, it's not the best idea to pressure wash when the outside temperature is below 40 degrees. Cold temperatures like that can damage our pumps, they can cause hoses to burst, lots of things can be damaged by freezing water, which is why it's so important to winterize your equipment when you're getting into those really cold days. Just a little bit of preparation can save you thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're not going to get into the details in this video so much, but winterizing your equipment is absolutely critical, okay? The other component of washing in the winter is that water can actually freeze as we spray it onto whatever surface it is that we're cleaning, and this can cause problems, right? Potential liability issues for you and your business, and also this cold weather can put our employees or ourselves at risk of hypothermia, right? Getting sick, and that's the last thing that we want. And this cold weather is a genuine safety issue. It's just like anything else that we could encounter out there on the job, right? So it's really important, and I apologize for sounding like a dad, but I am. So layer up, cover up thoroughly, right? It's a good idea to wear protective gear like goggles and gloves and hats, and I'm sure you're already wearing some kind of waterproof boot, right? But avoiding your feet getting wet is also really critical to staying warm, just like keeping your head warm. But also consider, if you're working in really cold temperatures, that water does turn to ice. That can get slippery, that can get dangerous. So make sure your boots have got really good traction. Okay, but before I freak everybody out about the bad things that can happen in the winter if you're a pressure washing business, I did want to mention that there are other things that you can do, right? And it doesn't involve pressure washing, but it's a perfect fit for guys like us that are in this industry, or really any industry when things start to slow down in the winter, like lawn care, window cleaning, whatever the case is. And that's Christmas lighting installation. Now, you already have the ladders, you already have the customers, so why not utilize what you already have to supplement your income when things start to slow down with your primary focus or your primary service? And we're actually having a 5-day virtual Christmas lighting boot camp that starts on October 24th. Christmas lighting expert Glenn Jernigan, who made over $10,000 his first season, and he's also on track to exceed 6 figures this year, is going to be teaching every aspect of the business, from the equipment, the installation, the marketing, selling, quoting. Everything that you need to know is in this boot camp. Now, there are limited spaces available, so definitely register now. There's a link in the comments section and the description below, and I hope to see you there. Okay, so next, colder weather makes for less effective cleaning, okay? And this is for a number of reasons. Now, the first of which is being cold sucks, right? It sucks to be out in the cold. It sucks to be wet. It's just not fun. And that alone can slow you down, right? It can kill morale. The next thing is the actual cleaning process. It's less effective when things are colder because it takes a lot more chemical. It takes a lot more time to do the same job. And we all know how important efficiency is, okay? And most chemicals, they don't work as well in the winter as they do other times of the year when things are warmer. And knowing how cold weather affects chemicals is really critical. And you should account for this ahead of time. You definitely are going to use more chemicals, like I said before. And another thing is you're going to have to protect your chemicals from colder temperatures, okay? When using a liquid, remember that these liquids, they're chemicals, right? They can separate if you allow them to freeze. And to avoid this, you need to make sure that you store everything in a warm, dry part of your shop or your house. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting a ton of money by replacing chemicals that rendered themselves useless as a result of being left in really cold weather. Okay, and let's talk about guys in more temperate climates where it doesn't freeze all the time, like where I live. Down here, we have a year-round season. We're really fortunate. Very few days that actually get below freezing. But at least in my business, we do see a slowdown start to happen between Thanksgiving and the first of the year because people just aren't really focused on the pressure washing, right? That's more of a spring and a summer thing. They're focused on other things. But during this time, this lead-up time, to Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations, people having folks come in for Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? Visitors, family and friends. This is a time to really focus on the pressure washing. Like, let's not decorate a dirty house. That's a great tagline. You can use that, but really focus on those. But also, when things start to slow down, it also makes sense for us to start adding on additional services, right? Now, down here, there's a lot of deck staining that goes on, fence staining, things that typically aren't really thought about so much during the spring and the summer when exterior cleaning, pressure washing, soft washing is the major focus. Now, obviously, everywhere, leaf removal, gutter cleaning, all these things that we're able to do are great little services that you can add on to your business, right? Utilizing and leaning on your current customer base. It's just a smart way to go about doing things in your business, right? Any opportunity you can to add on a service, to cross-sell, to upsell, using your same customers is a really smart way to go about running your business. Okay, so that is it for this video, guys. Pretty short, but those are some of the reasons why most pressure washing companies in areas with colder climates choose to look at either shutting down for the winter or looking at alternatives to supplement their income during these slower times or during their off season. And typically when you're in a northern climate, you're looking between December and March, really depending on the area, depending on how mild or harsh the season is. But these all have an impact on your business and your bottom line. Hopefully you've done all your work during the season and you've charged accordingly. So not having any pressure washing jobs for a few months is not going to hurt that bad. But if you're like me, you're going to want to do everything you can to prolong your season, right? And then do the things necessary during the off season to either prepare for next year or add additional services on that can keep you or your crews busy and making money. Gutter cleaning, leaf removal, things like that, snow removal, Christmas lighting installation. There are a number of things that you can focus on that can generate income during those slower times. So that is it for today, guys. Don't forget to check out the Christmas Light Camp. There is a link below. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you have a great day.